This tutorial is for 2nd grade, Module 8, Lesson 7. In Lesson 7, we're going to start off using tangram pieces. A tangram is a geometric puzzle that consists of the following pieces, and the pieces can be arranged in different shapes. Here we've put all the pieces together to form a square. The tangram consists of 2 large triangles, 1 medium triangle, 2 small triangles, 1 square, and 1 parallelogram. The first section says to solve the following puzzles using your tangram pieces, draw your solutions in the space below. Question A says use the 2 smallest triangles to make 1 larger triangle. So one way I can do this is I can take one of the triangles and put the other triangle right next to it side by side. So this makes a bigger triangle using those 2 pieces. Question B says use the 2 smallest triangles to make a quadrilateral with no square corners or no right angles. So I'm going to start the same way I did in question A. I'm going to start with one of the triangles, and I'm going to turn the triangle upside down and put it back to back with that first triangle. So you can look at each of my corners, and none of them make that right angle, or none of them make a square corner. Question C says to use the 2 smallest triangles to make a square. So I'm just going to draw one of the triangles, and I'll match it up with the other triangle to make a square. Question D says use the 2 largest triangles to make a square. So I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did in question C, only this time I'm using the larger triangles. So you can put those together to make a square as well. In part 2, we're to circle the shapes that show halves. The important thing to remember when we're looking at halves is the 2 halves need to be equal in size. For example, I have the oval here, it's been divided in half, and each piece is equal. So we would say yes, this is showing halves. In my rhombus, I have a diagonal that has cut the rhombus directly in 2. Each piece is the same shape, same size, so that's showing halves as well. In the trapezoid, I do have a horizontal line going through the middle, but the top half is not the same as the bottom half, so technically these are not halves. In my hexagon, I have a diagonal line. This half would match up with this half. They're exactly the same, so this shape also shows halves. Along those same lines, this question says to circle the shapes that show thirds. And again, each third needs to be the same size. So looking at my rectangle, I can see that it's been divided into 3 parts, and there are equal parts. So yes, this shape is showing thirds. Looking at my trapezoid, it has been divided into 3 parts, but they are not equal in length, so those are not thirds. And in my hexagon, it's been divided into 3 different shapes. Each shape is the same size, so yes, we're seeing thirds on the hexagon as well.